So, the Caitlyn Clark fan effect is crazy. It is actually crazy. And whether that be raising money for her charity, for Erica Wheeler's charity, for a lot of other players' charities, whether that be watching games more than anyone else, whether it be hyping up other players on the team more than anyone else. I mean, if they like you, it's great. If they don't, I mean, it's a bit of a disaster. It's not going to be easy for you on the old Twitter of all places. But this is one of the craziest things. This is such a crazy thing that, like, I'm looking at it, and there's no way that it's like, there's no way you could expect this. So, if you guys don't know, there is a march from one of the biggest stat pages. There is a page on Twitter called Stat Muse. Nearly 1 million followers, and they do these, like, obviously a bunch of players have a Muse page. It's like something X team Muse or a player Muse. So they have a March Madness for a $2,000 prize pool. And again, if you need to make the final four of voting to get to the final. And right now, the Caitlyn Clark fans have got Caitlyn Clark up against Steph Curry. And by the way, these are some of the most popular players in the world. Caitlyn Clark destroyed Breanna Muse. Caitlyn Clark, if you guys don't know the lore of this whole thing, Caitlyn Clark's coming up against Wemby Muse. It is 50-50. It is neck and neck. It is so close between Caitlyn Clark Muse and Wemby Muse. And somebody bots Wemby Muse. You know, the old Caitlyn Clark. I don't know if it's a Caitlyn Clark hater or if it was a Wemby fan, but somebody botted Wemby Muse. And suddenly, Caitlyn Clark comes in with a big win against the Mavs Muse. Obviously, I don't know how many fans Mavs have now since post-Luka trade, so that's doable. And, like, just take a look at some of these. I don't know what Extra Muse is or Hoop Muse. Hoop Muse beat Timberwolves Muse. Heck, the Bronny beat the Warriors. Like, you would have guessed Bronny was going all the way as the 32nd seed beating the first seed. Whoever thought that was going to happen? And all of a sudden, I don't know what these seeds are. There's 36 for Caitlyn Clark. Obviously, there must have been a round before it where Caitlyn Clark is the 36th seed, had to win a game just to come up against the Mavs Muse. And in the end, Caitlyn Clark took down the 5th seed after Bronny took down the 1st seed in the competition. Bronny taking on the Cavs. The Spurs lost to Curry. Or sorry, the Spurs... Oh, no, sorry, the Spurs beat... Oh, there's a Curry Muse and a Steph Curry Muse. Like, that's unfair. I'm sorry, that's unfair. There's 2 Curry Muse pages. There's 2 Curry Muse and a Warriors Muse page. But right now, we're in the final. Caitlyn Clark Muse is in the final right now. And it is currently 50.3 to Curry. It is 49.7 to Caitlyn Clark. And if you are on the old Twitter or X, I don't know if I'll ever call it X, if I will ever consistently call it X. I mean, it was still called Twitter. And all I can say is I got to 100,000 followers before Musk. I was verified on this app before Musk. And unfortunately, I paid for the blue tick because I'm not joking, I had like $700 waiting for me to take if I got the blue tick the very first time. It was like how much, it said how much money was there if you were going to take it. And it was $700. So I was like, yeah, pay $100 for $700. I'll take that one. But yeah, it is a mad one. It's a mad one. And we're looking at the old Caitlyn Clark Muse coming up against Steph Curry. And this is a popularity contest. 20,000 votes in a pure popularity contest. Caitlyn Clark has beaten everybody, including Bronald. Like, let's be real. Beating Bronald James is not the easiest thing in the world to do. So, having done that, and like from that to, and again, knocking out Wemby in controversial fashion, and knocking out a lot of people. It was it was a very interesting one. But it's always weird seeing stuff like this. Like, everything is, we don't hate Caitlyn, we hate her fans. And it's like, if you saw anything with like Erica Wheeler or any of the Fever players, anytime they have anything to do with charity, it is, the Fever fans that are pumping money towards it. That's pumping money towards it. Like, so many things where you hear with the likes of like Erica Wheeler and stuff where she'd be eating a meal and a Fever fan would pay for it for her. But yeah, for me anyway, I think it's a good, like, all it is a good thing. All of these type of things are good because the team has a fan base. And like, it's only going to be a matter of time before teams start to build other teams start to build real big fan bases. Players will build real big fan bases. And the problem is right now is a lot of the players that have the biggest fan bases, they seem to be more fans of tearing down 22 from Indiana than they are about being fans of their individual player. It's like, I genuinely was like, people like, I saw this thing and it was like, Caitlyn Clark is a turnover machine who doesn't play defense and is an inefficient shooter. Juju's better. And I'm like, she's a lower turnover rate than Juju. Juju had a negative, and obviously, look, this is pre-injury because, again, basketball is basketball. I don't understand, again, where it was like ESPN got in trouble for, talking about the repercussions of the injury on the tournament. And people were like, that's not what people should be talking about. It's like, man, sport is sport. Like, I'm sorry if Nico or if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tore his cruciate or tore his ACL, like, that's the sports thing will be talking about what that means. Does it open up the Western Conference? It doesn't mean that it's any less of like a bad thing to happen to Shai. It doesn't mean there's no respect for that, but talking about sport is talking about sport. But yeah, with all of that, like, it's gonna be fun when it's gonna be fun. I genuinely do think the new guards coming up. I really want Malaysia Fulwiley to get out of South Carolina. And I mean that I really, really want Malaysia Fulwiley as far away from South Carolina as possible. And like, I think Dawn Staley's an exceptional coach, but I don't care if she wins 4 national titles. The fact that Raven Johnson's probably going back next year means she's coming off the bench again, probably, because Staley's not going to start someone like Malaysia Fulwiley. Like, she might play on the bench for 4 years when she is potentially the best player in that 2027 class, and that included Juju Watkins pre-injury. Like, Fulwiley has all the potential in the world, but it's not shown because every time she tries something that maybe is a little bit risky and it doesn't pay off, she gets subbed out. And I understand, obviously, you're looking to win a championship, you can't have players making errors, but like, for that individual player's development, I don't remember a guard, like, Michael Jordan's the only guard that I can think of that got subbed out every time they made a mistake and they still had the flair. And you don't want that coached out of her. Like, as great as Paige Beckers is, as effective as it is, that's kind of happened. But kind of gone off topic. Either way, like, I'm looking forward to seeing when, like, Fulwiley comes into the league, when Juju comes into the league, when Paige comes into the league. I'm looking forward to the day when it's just about supporting players. When it's about supporting players and when it's about supporting your team. And not about, we're just trying to it's not about, supporting the league is the most important thing. It's like, no. When it comes to a stage where, okay, yeah, the league is supported enough and you can just be a fan of your team. When you can support your team, you can watch other games play, you like the sport, and you're going to watch every game your team plays. And the more people when eventually that starts to happen for every team, for stars on almost all the teams, from stars through college that people follow through that and continue to follow on to the WNBA, this is only the start. This is only the start, and I think the only people that could screw this up are the players themselves. And I mean that. Like, a lockout would literally stop this all in its tracks. And, like, you've got a lot of smart WNBA players that have said, they were like, the absolute worst thing we can do is lock out because it would stop all momentum, which is a fact. And it is the only thing is the players are the only way that this whole momentum, when it comes to what is happening with Caitlyn Clark, obviously it's not going to go to this extent, but it's the only way that the current trajectory of hype towards players, towards the league, and towards teams is going to stop. But anyway, I'll see you guys.